Today on Lazer Update, we take a look at this year's Unity Day, a day where students connect culturally and learn about one another's traditions.
We'll also take a look at the array of clubs here on campus. All of that and more in the next 20 minutes.
Good afternoon and welcome to Lazer Update. I'm John Baker.
And I'm Fatima Finley. It's April 3rd and this is what's happening on Onondaga Hill. It's officially spring, which means warmer weather and more opportunities to get involved with some of the activities OCC has to offer for the remaining of the spring semester.
Like Paint Night, Craft Club, and the Maker Fair, where students express their creativity through science and media. If you're ever looking for help on a research paper or an assignment, Coulter Library has a variety of resources and staff to assist you, like Tim Saka, an instructional technology librarian at OCC whose goal is to support students and help them beat whatever research challenges they may face. Here's Lyle Freeman with the story.
Coulter Library has tons of information on pretty much anything. Among the people waiting to help you sort through it all is Tim Saka.
So I have my regular duties that I help at the reference desk on the second floor on the weekly basis. Anytime a student has a research question, they can bring the assignment paper to the second floor and we sit down and we do an interview with them. What kind of a topic they're interested in researching, what kind of a sources available for them, how they can do citation. We can show them some ideas how to put the project together. So one thing that was really, how can I say, significant for me to see the focus on the students. I was in the other college campuses in the other parts of the countries, but OCC has that kind of a identity that it's a community college. So our former president used to say our middle name is community. So our students come from this neighborhood, and whenever I see that when they come onto this campus, they are the focus point for everybody on this campus.
Saka remains laser focused to helping students succeed in the classroom.
In 2019, Tim Saka was awarded for his hard work and the dedication to the Syracuse community at the 100 Black Men of Syracuse Gala, where he received a Community Servant Award.
With our campus being made of all people from all around the world, like Tim Saka, OCC likes to celebrate that diversity with Unity Day, a day for students and a staff to come together and honor our differences. With events like art contests and open mic, the students get to experience and explore cultures from across the globe. Kyle Goff shows us what goes on during Unity Day.
Unity Day on February 22nd is a chance for our campus community to gather and celebrate different cultures, identities, backgrounds, and more, while also realizing that we are better together. Unity Day committee members Noah Rivers, Muhammad Abadraba, and Shane Turo tell us more.
And we had a whole host of activities ranging from an open mic contest, we had an art contest, we just rescheduled a basketball shootout, we had to cancel it due to weather that day. But it's just a bunch of inclusive activities to bring people together. I assisted Dr. Williams in setting up the tables. There were about 50 tables to set up. We had to put all the stuff on there that was included for each activity.
Open mic was hosted by Maurice Brown, and he gave the MC, the rest of the hosts to me. It was amazing. Definitely a different environment. I would honestly do it again.
Unity Day typically means to me something to bring everybody together, a form of inclusion, to allow those of any descent and heritage to show off what their cultures, their traditions, their food, and it just brings everybody together. That's what it kind of does. It brings brotherhood, diversity, and overall just a safe place to accept any and all people, no matter what race, religion, or color.
This celebration has over 20 events and activities for staff and students. Keep an eye out for the next semester's fun and excitement on Unity Day.
From American Sign Language to film, OCC has tons of clubs to join. Whether you're looking to get more involved on campus or just looking to make friends, OCC student-run clubs have something for everyone.
Did you know that OCC has 14 clubs you can join today? Take a look as Annabelle Hughes gives us more insight about what clubs are offered.
Did you know that OCC has tons of clubs to choose from? You could get involved with student leadership, learn ASL, talk about movies, or whatever else you can think of. So whether it's long been established or someone just thought it up, there's definitely one on campus that'll suit your interests. Why not check out the variety of clubs OCC has to offer, and the variety of experiences and goodies the clubs are offering you?
The Get Involved Fair was Monday, February 20th, but if you'd like more information about the clubs at OCC, stop by the SOLE office on the first floor of the Gordon Student Center to see if there's something that speaks to you. You can also find out about other fun events happening at OCC.
We're about to head to break, but before that, let's take a look at what's happening on our campus this week.
Go places where you are welcomed. Go places where you can be inspired. Go places where you can learn and explore. Go to the Ann Felton Art Gallery at OCC, where inclusivity and diversity are inherited in its roots.
Hidden in OCC's Ferrante Hall lies the Ann Felton Art Gallery. Come visit to explore and promote the work of a diversity of people's media and expressions. Art that tells stories, that moves, that inspires. Local, regional, and international. A place for everyone.
If you're looking for a fun animated film full of action, adult humor, and more, check out Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. It follows the story of Puss as he's down to his last of 9 lives. In order to get those lives back, he travels through the dark forest to find the fabled wishing star. Find out what happens on Puss in Boots: The Last Wish on Peacock today. Welcome back to Lazer Update. I'm John Baker.
And I'm Fatima Finley. We've been talking about all the happenings here at OCC. From Unity Day to clubs, there's always something going on at OCC. Now let's meet some of the faculty and staff that are here for the students. As the Assistant Director of the Office of Accessibility Resources, John Burns is dedicated to helping us students, and his passion to help those in need has benefited our campus. His work consists of helping students with exams, providing them with study spaces, and more. Rainey Morgan, who brings us the full story.
John Burns has worked in higher education for over a decade, recently coming to OCC's Accessibility Resources Office, where he's fulfilling his passion, helping students with and without disabilities, aiming to be like those who helped him succeed in his own education.
The scope of what I do is really not just one particular thing. It's, as a whole, it involves a lot more than just setting students up with, let's say, extra time for test taking or things like that. It really boils down to them being in a situation and it's disrupting, one or more major life activities. Come see us, because we can have a conversation and we can talk about if we can provide you with that support. Our adaptive technology lab in the OER office is available for our students. If they're ever on campus and want to study, they can load it up into the software that we have called Kurzweil. For me, it's really just all about the student. And so they may be reluctant to walk through those doors and they don't know who I am and I'm some strange face, but being able to meet with that student, having them feel like what they felt 5 minutes earlier, looking at the big picture and seeing, there's maybe a light at the end of that tunnel here, and this guy in this office are here to support their success.
In 2021, John Burns began leading Lazer Link, a mentoring program to connect incoming students to returning students to help with their transition to OCC. Alumni have had the opportunity to support incoming freshmen all the way from Tokyo, Japan.
Next, we talk about Erin Kelly. Erin is the director of the Registrars Department here at OCC, where she helps students graduate, making sure their transcripts and transfer credits are in order. With Erin's help, students are ensured an easier transfer process after their time at OCC is finished. Here's Glissy Uwasa with the story.
This is Erin Kelly. She is the registrar for Onondaga Community College, and her main priority is to help students graduate.
I am the registrar. So the registrar is responsible for all things related to student records, such as transcripts, graduation, transfer credits, and programs. My favorite part about working here is getting to help students reach their goals, specifically to get them to graduation. Throughout my career here at OCC, I've gotten to work with a lot of students, but this was my first time getting to help BMC students with their projects. The 3 students I worked with are all going to potentially be graduates next spring. I get to help students work on getting to graduation, so recently I've been able to help a student returning from the 1980s get his degree. I can't wait to see each of them walk the stage, and I hope that they got to learn a few things from me about their transcripts and what happens in the registrar's office.
Erin loves her job and helping students register.
If you're preparing to graduate this semester and need help with your transfer process, stop by Erin's office in Gordon 220 PA for your help on your next journey after OCC.
With so many talented students at OCC, this year's Unity Day open mic allowed students to share their music, poetry, and spoken word. Charlie Shorey gives us a peek at what students had to offer.
OCC hosts open mic for Unity Day.
I sung Hurricane by Band of Heathens, and I just chose it because it's one of the first songs I learned on guitar.
30 miles in the Gulf Stream, I hear the south wind moan.
I performed on acoustic guitar the song called The Boy Who Blocked His Own Shot by a band named Brand New, and it's just a song that I've always loved since I was young.
How I like this stretched over your spring keeps you ever close. Your secondhand smoke.
I sang Creep by Radiohead, and I did that because I feel like part of the spirit of Unity Day is being able to include the people that do feel like the outsider and the weirdo, despite our differences, our different backgrounds, cultures, whatever.
I wish I was special. There you have it, open mic, one of many Unity Day events here at OCC. Stay tuned for other events happening on campus throughout the semester.
Students who participated in Unity Day's open mic had the chance to win a first place prize of $100, a second place prize of $50, and a third place prize of OCC merch. But open mic events happen weekly at the Lazer Lounge. Be on the lookout for the next open mic on campus.
Coming up, we have the latest women's lacrosse game results, as well as the upcoming games against Genesee, North Country, and more. We'll have the schedule so you can support and cheer on our women's lacrosse team.
Is a prestigious honor society that looks great on transfer applications.
Hold on, PGK is more than that. PGK is only the coolest chapter around, and we kind of have a lot of awards. Look at all these.
The best part about PTK is that it's student-run and made up of members from all different majors like
humanities, engineering,
broadcasting,
and many more. It's a chance to work on leadership skills, collaborate on fun projects, and serve our community.
Come join the good vibes here at PTK.
Why did I choose OCC? I chose OCC because it's close to home.
Why did I come to OCC? I came to OCC because it was financially affordable for my family.
Why did I choose OCC? I chose OCC for the hands-on learning.
Welcome back to Lazer Update. I'm Fatima Findley.
And I'm John Baker. Let's take a look at Got Issues with Anaya Gamble, where she discusses gap years and whether they help students or if they're a waste of time.
We are discussing taking gap years in school. Are they beneficial or a waste of time for students? Since most students seem to be taking gap years these days after high school or community college in an attempt to find themselves. Today I'm with Destiny Salas and Kyle Goff. Thank you for joining me. So Destiny, my first question is for you. How do you feel about students taking gap years?
I am a firm believer in gap years. School systems set us out at 18 expecting us to know what to do with our lives, when reality is not true. I believe everyone needs some extra time to figure out the career path that's right for them.
And Kyle, how do you think gap years can affect one's mental health?
Honestly, it can be a good thing because if you take a couple years off, you can work and save up. So the time you go to college, you don't have to worry about working when you're doing, schoolwork in college. Definitely personally, after taking 3 years off of college, I traveled, figured myself out. Definitely in the short term, it felt like, I'm stuck. But in the long term, the mental health was definitely positive, taking those years off.
So, Destiny, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, postponing school or work takes people off a more traditional path, and it's sometimes challenging to get back on. What do you think about this statement?
I mean, is tradition always necessary? If everyone followed the status quo, we'd all be the same. We need time to figure out individuality and our dreams and what we really want to do to be happy with our lives.
And this one is for you, Kyle. Since you have taken a gap year, do you have any regrets?
Definitely. I don't have any, but at the same time, I kind of do. I missed out on being able to jumpstart my career a little earlier. But as time went on, those regrets went away. So at the time right now, no regrets. I'm just enjoying life. And I definitely don't regret the time I took off school.
And Destiny, what do you think about people who are against taking gap years?
I think people who are against taking gap years are really kind of stuck in the old ways. I mean, I took a gap year, like half a gap year, and it really benefited me. So for them, I think they just have to look at the other side of it.
I agree. We'll be right back with more Got Issues after this. Go places where you are welcomed. Go places where you can be inspired. Go places where you can learn and explore. Go to the Ann Felton Art Gallery at OCC, where inclusivity and diversity are inherited in its roots. Welcome back. Anaya here again. I'm with Destiny and Kyle, and we've been talking about gap years in school. Let's continue. So this question is for you, Destiny. What are your thoughts on going abroad?
Well, after high school, when I was waitlisted for SU and other colleges just didn't have what I wanted to go abroad. And unfortunately, I didn't have the funds. But I think going abroad is great to travel and broaden your horizons because it's not good to be stuck in a box.
I like that answer. So, Kyle, what do you think the pros and cons to taking a gap year are?
Obviously, the one pro is being able to save money before you go back to college, if that's an option. Definitely a con is, seeing all your friends go off to college and making new friends while, you're kind of stagnant while you're at a job. Maybe that's all you're doing. But definitely a pro is that freedom, especially personally. I traveled a little bit and I was able to see the world and find myself. And, definitely I enjoyed that time. So, time you enjoy is definitely not time wasted.
So, Destiny, since you've taken half a gap year, what did you do with that time?
During my half a gap year, my aspiration is film. So I worked as an extra for a production studio called American High. And I got so many connections. And now with my time with the gap year and my time at OCC in summer, I have a short film coming up.
That's really great. And Kyle, one last question. What do you think about those who take gap years but don't really do anything productive with that time?
Honestly, I think it's kind of a good thing. Being able to learn off your parents, maybe they're giving you some advice. I don't feel like if you're not really doing anything, it's not, time, wasted. But I feel like if you're not doing anything, why take the gap year? might as well go to college and learn something and try to figure out what you want to do.
And Destiny, one last question for you. Since you said it's essential for students to take gap years, what do you think they should be doing with that time?
I think they should be making as much connections as possible for the career field they want to be. They can even study on their own time by researching and just testing things out with internships and such.
Well, I'd like to thank my guests Destiny Solis and Kyle Goff, and I hope you enjoyed watching. I'm Anaya Gamble, and that's Got Issues.
Thanks, Anaya. In this episode of Lazer Update, we learned more about Unity Day and how dedicated our campus is to diversity and inclusivity.
And we meet a few of the staff members on campus who are passionate about helping students. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Be sure to like us on Facebook or subscribe to our YouTube channel at Onondaga's Campus Connections. Episodes are uploaded Monday through Thursday by 5 p.m. I'm Fatima Finley.
And I'm John Baker, and this has been Lazer Update.